Hi everyone, welcome to the Graceful Skinny Vlogs. This is a continuation of our Timberdoodle Pre K custom kit review in end of year review series. The subject will be focusing on the thinking skills activities. And let's get right into it. First off, I'll talk about what's included in the thinking skills was the Three Little Piggies game and the Cumin Thinking Skills Workbook set, which is a set of 4 books. Let me talk about the Three Little Piggies, and then I'll get on to the Cumin books. The Three Little Piggies, we loved the series. My daughter is continually wanting to play with them. They're great. It's a great build up, great challenging without being too hard or frustrating. Begged to do it, anxiously awaited to do it, would sometimes knock through 3 or 4 or 5 if I would let her for the week. She just did great with it. And the way it works is you've got the little piggies and the wolf, and here's your board and these little houses. And there's a day side and a night side. The day sides, you start with the day side, and you start with your challenge, which you set up the board like this, and you let them figure out how to arrange the houses on the board without putting a pig in the house. And the answer is on the back. The night side brings the wolf into play. And once you bring the wolf into play, it's nighttime. The pigs need to sleep, and they need to hide away from the wolf who's hungry for some bacon. Yes, that's how I did it. Yes, we used it as a method of trying to encourage the idea of bacon comes from pigs. And so you have to get the pigs into their houses. And that's the answer for that one. And they get progressively harder. I think there's 42 challenges in all. She ate through all of them. I think we might have even finished this a bit early in our year. We loved it. We, without question, added the next game up from this to our kindergarten curriculum. I will continue adding them as long as they make them, if they are all as good as this. This was great. I've already recommended it to multiple friends. I would, without hesitation, recommend it here. The Cumin Logic, or the Cumin Thinking Skills books. Here's my beef. Not just with this series, but with all the Cumin books series. The cutting books that we use, both cutting books that we used, and the number game book that we used, and all 4 of these books. There's just this feeling of, when you look through it, you kind of look through it and it goes, wow, that escalated quickly. It starts out way super easy, and within just a few lessons, jumps like outrageously out of proportionate with at the challenge level specifically. And while we did really truly love the spatial reasoning, the logic, and the differentiation, creativity we would almost dread doing, and there were multiple weeks where there were fights and going into play. And the 2 art teachers that are friends and family looked through the book and both said that the skills that this creativity book were pushing was a little bit advanced for what they would consider pre-K, and cautioned me to dial down my expectations of her completing the book. And they were impressed with the level of what she had done, whereas I was just thinking, oh, you're not doing the work is the way it's directed. As an example, you have of the quick escalation of it. It starts out, the first few lessons are just these draw a maze and do the squiggles, but it quickly escalates to a lesson where it's like you're doing the pineapples, and then it's look at the face, trace the face once, do it by yourself, do everything by yourself. And and this is only the 5th lesson. And by that point, she was just getting so overwhelmed with things that she had trouble doing it. And as you can see, she kind of did it, but she didn't quite really fully grasp it. And even at this level, the art teacher, friends, and family were very impressed with what she had done. By week 16, you're left to draw, they have, you've moved beyond faces, and now they want you to draw an entire, multiple animals. And it's here, draw a lion, an elephant, and a giraffe, go. And even with what they have here, I'm not entirely sure I would have been able to complete it like they were directing it to be completed. By the end, I kind of gave up trying to make her actually forcibly do it. It was more of a, if you can do an achievement, great kind of thing. At one point in here, it was draw a penguin. Without guidelines, without help, just draw a panda. And it was, so we're not, oh, here it is. And this was in week 28. Look at the panda, trace the panda, and a hippo, and a penguin, and do it all on your own. There's no way I would have been able to do that. At 4, I'm a little surprised by it. And so with that, I was a little hesitant. That being said, she did get something out of these books. She enjoyed them. And I might recommend the series at the pre-K level, just especially when you get into the creativity book. Pace yourself and don't expect much out of them from it. And just kind of encourage them to do it. Just the act of doing it at all is an achievement for them. So that's my thoughts on this. Next up should be science. Bye.